Hi guys. Today we are on an experiment mode. Sorry for my hiccups. I don't know how it started. But today we are on an experiment mode. We are going to learn how to know if a food is fatty or contains a lot of fats and lesser amount of carbs or proteins, and it is a high fat food or otherwise. So you need this is first I'll explain you the theoretical version, then we'll go on to the experimental version. So please keep on watching till the end. Firstly, how do you know? Any food that can make a butter obviously is a fatty food. It contains that amount of fat, that's why it can be made into a butter. I have seen many patients in my OPD setting who say that we don't have fat food, we don't put much oil in our food, but we are actually having this much amount of milk, we are having this much amount of curd, we are having this much amount of dry fruits in the morning, and we have a chia seed smoothie. And you have seen there are a lot of trends going on regarding put so many nuts in your smoothies and have that smoothie, it is a healthy smoothie, these are good fats and things like that. Okay, so I really have to sit down and explain to them and to everybody around that a glass of milk has so much fat. Milk is the main source of butter. You all know. Where does butter come from? Where does the most, like, not the vegan form, the vegetarian form of butter comes from? It comes from cow's milk or buffalo's milk or any animal's milk. It means milk has that much fat in it that it can form a butter, unless you are having skimmed milk. But most of the population, we all have the milks. Indian population generally, we don't buy cartons, we buy it from our local vendors, and mostly we don't have a measured amount of fat content in the milk. We don't have packets to tell us that what is the nutritive value, and generally we don't even see it. And sometimes people say that we buy the red packets or full fat milk because we can further make butter from it at home, but they keep on drinking that milk also. So you must remember, anything that makes butter a form of fat, it is high in fat. Most of the protein sources to nowadays, protein is on a hype. Please eat high protein foods only when your digestion is at its peak. If your digestion is dull or you are unable to digest many other foods, please don't go on a high protein diet. It is gonna have a bad impact on you. Please be aware, don't fall into trends. Look at yourself, look at your own health. Everything is bio individual in this relation. Please look at yourself, see your own journey, see your own body, and then fall into these traps, okay? Or fall into these dietary protocols which are not made for everybody. Everything that is high fat or high protein, they both are reversible. Anything they're directly proportional. If I'll tell you, जो भी जिसमें भी protein ज़्यादा है उसमें fat ज़्यादा है. Anything which is high in protein is high in fat also. It is not that only whey protein powders which have been chemically extracted, the fat has been removed, only those are low in fat, but those contain so many stabilizers and chemicals that they are otherwise harmful. Unless you have very few brands even in India and abroad, unless you are aware of those brands which supply good protein powders, I don't think you should use those big other cartons. I know I would be harming the feelings of many people. Please, I'm sorry, but this is the reality. And there are many research papers also coming up on this, and that's why even what I've seen through my experience in hospitals, the protein supplements are quite different from what is used regularly at a normal population's households. So it is quite different because those are medically tested and treated. If you want to have whey protein, please choose those brands which are supplied in the hospital itself. Now, milk is the resource or the main source of butter. Curd is also churned to produce butter, is churned to produce ghee. There are many seeds, seed oils. How are seed oil produced? If you say that seeds don't have fat, how are seed oils produced? Seeds have fats. Don't have too many of the seeds, don't have so many dry fruits. please, all the dry fruits, all the nut butters, how are nut butters made? Okay, how is almond butter made? How is peanut butter made? If they don't have fat, if they are only high in protein, just don't look at that one aspect that this is high protein diet, high protein this. Everything that is naturally high protein, it is naturally high fat also. All the recipes that you follow that say high protein recipe, it is a trap kind of title. It is a high protein diet. Where is the high fat mentioned? Anywhere in the disclaimer also, just once somebody should mention. It is not self understood. I would tell you, this is not self understood. 90% of the population who eats the high protein diet doesn't know anything about how high fat some of these diets are. I don't say that all the legumes like chickpeas and rajma that you have in as a source of high protein is high in fat. Okay, they are not high in fat, but all the nuts and seeds and milk products that you have are generally high in fat. Okay, so beware, have the knowledge, gain the wisdom, and then choose for yourself. That is my main intention in this video. You have to choose it for yourself. Just remember this. For people who are suffering from heart issues, please remember, don't have too many nuts and seeds. Research is always changing. Just remember that there had been a research which said red wine is good for health. There is another research which says red wine is bad for health, even in minute quantities. Okay, these both researches are there on the web together. So what to believe in? So you need to understand that what to believe in. The same way everybody has its own contradictory research. You need to know who funds those research. If it is funded by food industries, obviously they want to sell you something. That's why they are funding such a research which says that it is good for your health. Okay, so you need to see who is providing the funding before you believe a research. Okay, so now let's go on to the experiment. This is a plain glass of water. Okay, just a plain glass of water. Everything that contains a high content of fat. I have some, this is kaju. Okay, I have some dry fruits here. I have almonds, badam, sorry. Okay, I have pumpkin seeds. I'll just put this glass down. I have cashews, almonds, pumpkin seeds. Okay, and I have a plate full of some fruits and vegetables. Okay, now let's see. I have one glass of water, plain water. There's nothing in this water, it is just plain water. Take your dry fruits. This is your almonds. I'll just put 1 or 2 pieces. Okay, it is sunken, it's sunk down. I have cashews. Okay, I have pumpkin seeds, and then I have, let it just sit for some time. I have another bowl of water. Okay, at the end of the experiment I'll tell you how do you know. I have an apple. Okay, you see, just remember, because the bowl doesn't have that much space, I take it out. Just remember, what is it, sunk or is it floating, anything. Okay, I have a tomato. Okay, you can see it clearly. I have an orange. I also have a cucumber. Okay, and I have a lemon. I hope you can see it. Okay, this is the lemon. Now I will show you the other glass. Where are the dry fruits? I don't think you can see anything up here on. Can you see? I don't think there is nothing above on the surface of water. All the dry fruits have sunken down. Okay, and here if you take all the fruits and veggies together, nothing really sinks down, as you remember. Now, why does this happen? Because everything that is fatty will sink down to the bottom. That is your main tester. Everything. The dry fruits, when they are soaked overnight, that's when they actually start floating a bit, because the water content in them increases. That is all. Otherwise, everything that sinks down to the bottom is fatty. Even if it is your poop, I'm sorry, if it's a trigger, please, you can stop watching this video. But even if it's your poop, you need to analyze if it's sinking down every single day. It is high in fat, just like these dry fruits. And those who are having consistently, means 2-3 months consistently, they are having a poop which floats, they have a really good digestive system. these are some of the visual points that you can notice every single day in your that your body shows you how your digestive system is working. Sometimes people say, like I had people in my family, after I told them about how their poop should be, whether it should be floating or sinking, I had people who told, today I had a floating poop. So sometimes if you have a floating poop, it means you are gassy or you have a lot of flatulence in your poop. That's why it has floated above the water. But that's why I told you, if it is consistently for 2 to 3 minutes, it is floating, it means you have a good digestive system. Otherwise, you are having a really fatty poop, that your fatty diet, that's why you're pooping fat. And if you have a very greasy poop, okay, let's just talk about poop in another video. I think it will take a lot of time, it requires a lot of time, and I don't want to disgust you all. We'll talk about it in another video. And for today, I hope this was clear enough demonstration about how to know what is a fatty food and what is not. Please stop having fats first thing in the morning. I know this has been a traditional routine of many people. Please don't do it. I'll tell you the reason in another video about what happens when you have fats first thing in the morning. I'll share that in another video. But for today, this is all. Please join me on my journey and other videos that I'll be sharing. Let's get educated together on this journey. See you. Bye.